shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica. Shop at S-Mart. Shop smart at S-Mart.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Can you get me some Lotto?
Oh, my favorite
Shop smart at S-Mart.
I get a top-up, flow, and digital.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
Shop smart at S-Mart.
Are you looking to take the next step on your developmental path? Here is a marvelous opportunity to make your dreams of higher education a reality with a student loan from the Dominica Social Security. Access loans of any amount based on your affordability for study at accredited institutions located anywhere. Study online, locally, regionally, or internationally. Low interest rates, agreeable repayment terms, no processing fees. Call them today at 255-8326 or 255-8327. You can also email studentloan@dss.dm for more info. Reach the stratosphere. Let the stars be your limit with a student loan from the Dominica Social Security. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
Good morning and welcome to the DBS Major Morning News. In the headlines, the World Creole Music Festival marks to the 25th edition with Vibes Cartel, and a full artist lineup has been revealed. In news from the region, Caribbean Voices put slavery reparations on the agenda in Europe, and internationally, a desperate search for girls swept away at a summer camp after Texas floods killed 24 people. The details of these and other stories coming up.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digital TV Channel 50 and Flow TV Channel 951.
DBS News.
Welcome back. I am your presenter this morning. My name is Joseph Fadul. First up this morning, Vibes Cartel, also known as the World Boss, will be part of the star-studded lineup for the Silver Jubilee of the World Creole Music Festival. The artists revealed form part of the official launch of the 25th edition of Dominica's World Creole Music Festival last evening. While the lineup includes local, regional, and international powerhouses in Caras, Bouillon, Compa, Reggae, Soca, Dancehall, and Afrobeats. Many of the original artists who graced the World Creole Music Festival stage in the early years will also make a return for this year's festival.
Midnight Groovers are Cadas legends who never quit the party. Halibut sings it how he feels it. Gil Fountain commands the stage with rhythm, soul, and unstoppable Cadas energy. Ridge is bringing full power across the bridge. When the beat drops, Kudas delivers. Kenny G is Booyah's a silent assassin. Kwan is fully WCMF ready. DJ MJ is Booyah's sound commander. Little Boy brings the volume and the madness. Roy is pure hype. Faithy brings fire, vocals, and fearless vibes. Ebony Empress, Booyah royalty with a rain of rhythm. Jixel is shaking up WCMF. Shanika lights up the stage with confidence. Linford John is Cadas Dynamo, lighting up the rhythm. Dominica's Ecstasy Band brings the island grooves and flawless flow. The first Serenade Band is one of Dominica's finest in full swing. Ophelia Marie brings timeless power and Cadas' elegance. St. Martin's own Oswald, Bunji Garlin, and Fayette Lyons are bringing love, power, and pure Caribbean vibes. Michael Henderson brings Dominican pride to the sky. Elijah Benoit brings heart and heritage to the stage. The godfather of Cadas Lipso, Gordon Henderson returns with legacy and lyrical command. Burning flames are ready to turn the night up. Ezra the Fun Machine is pure solution hype. New Look brings elegance, emotion, and rhythm. Roommate Virgo sings straight into your soul. Grammy-winning legends, Still Pulse, Spice, Cash the Band, deliver sweet soca, smooth vocals, and endless vibes. Tiwa Savage, Rio, Nice turns every verse into cool, nice vibes. Trilogy is shaking the mic with thunder. WCK is back with full force. Joe is wet filet. Kassav is here to ignite the crowd. The world boss, teacher. Vibes Cartel is bringing dancehall domination and lyrical fire. Signal Band delivers precision, power, and passion. TK International keeps the Creole flames alive. Asa Banton is back with unfiltered crowd madness.
That was Monel Alexis, Marketing and Communication Specialist at the Discover Dominica Authority. The 2025 edition of the World Creole Music Festival will be celebrated under the theme Global Echoes of the Nature Isle, and of course will be from October 24 to 26. DBS News will bring more highlights from the World Creole Music Festival launch in another newscast. An award ceremony as part of activities for the 2025 International Year of Cooperatives will be held tonight under the theme Celebrating Volunteerism. The awards, organized by is the first of its kind that is, and will be held at the Intercontinental Resort and Spa from 7 p.m.
This is creating a real atmosphere where you appreciate what volunteers have done, because cooperatives don't pay you to be on the board. We don't pay you to do, you'll be paid as an employee, but as volunteer on the various committees, you don't get paid. So these are people who have given themselves, who have sacrificed themselves, their time to transform lives. And it's only fair that we celebrate that. We have the Lifetime Awards, and we have persons that have served for one category 10 to 29 years, the other one 20 to 39 years, and the other category would be 40 and above. And we have another category called Team Awards, another category Financial Excellence, Cooperative Partnership and Community Engagement, and Youth and Innovation.
That was Registrar of Cooperatives Mariette Canoville. Point Michel native Sophia Etienne was named valedictorian of the CAPE program at the Academic School of Learning during its 6th graduation ceremony, and that was held at the Intercontinental Cabritz Resort and Spa. During her remarks, she urged her fellow graduates to make an impact.
So we've rewinded, paused, and now it's time to hit play and launch into a new chapter. This marks progress, a step into the future, and facing the unknown with confidence. We leave not just with degrees or certificates, but with resilience, adaptability, and the ability to lead and support others. Some of us have a plan, whether it be university, a career, or other paths. Others are still figuring it out, and that's okay. What matters is that we move forward prepared for whatever comes our way. Our responsibility now is to make an impact by honoring where we came from and building something meaningful wherever we go. Congratulations, class of 2025. We've come this far in the film together, but from here we get to write our own stories.
Cape valedictorian Sophia Etienne Keneally Barron was named CSEC valedictorian. She encouraged the graduates to step out strong.
I know that today marks the end of one chapter, but is also the beginning of another waiting to be written. I believe we've proven to be a formidable group, unwilling to be limited by doubt, fear, or even the expectations that others placed on us. We don't just graduate, we launch, we shatter boundaries, we break free of limitations. Congratulations, class of 2025. With bright minds and bold dreams, we're stepping out strong, ready to claim our future and confidently walk into our destiny.
That was CSEC valedictorian Keneally Barron. Kaylin Dupy received the Cape Salutatorian Award as well as Student of the Year and Top Law Student Awards. The school also saw the first cohort of students who pursued a degree in culinary arts, which formed part of the 2025 graduating class. Dominica is looking to sign up to participate in Tradi Tour 2026, not just at the starting point, but with an actual team on the water. Well, Tradi Tour, a traditional sailing race organized by the St. Anne Sailing Association in Guadeloupe, began from Purple Turtle Beach in Portsmouth on Friday. Chairman of the Discover Dominica Authority, DDA, Mr. Benoit Badwell, said discussions have already commenced with a possible sponsor.
They've indicated to me that, they're looking to see, what is happening. And I'm going to continue discussions with them because I told them that they've seen exactly what it is. And we need to have Dominica, branded in terms of that. And they're looking to see how they can, what form of sponsorship they can provide. So I'm starting to work on that already.
Chairman of the Discover Dominica Authority, Mr. Benoit Badwell, Festivals and Events Manager of the DDA, Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew, who is also a certified sailing instructor, said Dominica's participation in Tradi Tour 2026 would be good for the country.
I was inspired. I haven't actually been sailing, racing, at least in a long time. And I personally just got excited about it. And then there were 7 actually female-only teams in the Tradi Tour race of 39, and then 5 teams that are mixed with both male and female. And I said, imagine a sail with, Dominica on it and the Dominica flag. And imagine the crew with our Dominica branding in our uniform, and all women. And how we would stand out, and also, just what it would draw for us, in Dominica. I've been putting out the call, and I'm saying, I'm happy to be the captain, happy to work with the training.
Festival and Events Manager of the Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew. Meanwhile, Mayor of Portsmouth, Her Worship Carrie Brady Prince, said Portsmouth sailors will be participating in Tradi Tour 2026.
From the very first day we began uploading the badge, quite a bit of the old sailors, because Portsmouth itself is, that's our history. We have a history of sailing, and the guys like Odo, Andrew Amo, Renef, Alexis Bubbles, all of them kept talking about their days and thinking, it's gonna be big. So I can see as we grow, we're gonna have quite a bit of sailors on the water in Tradi Tour from Portsmouth, and we will work with them. We'll seek IO and the DDA's help to see how we can make it that next year. We have a good representation in Tradi Tour 2020.
Mayor of the town of Portsmouth, Her Worship Carrie Brady Prince. Well, people are being encouraged to confirm their names on the voters list in order to remain eligible to vote in the next general elections. This reminder came from former magistrate Anthony Laron, who spoke on the Legal Affairs and Youth program on DBS radio. Mr. Laron emphasized that individuals must make a concerted effort to present themselves for confirmation. He warned that failure to do so could result in their names being removed from the voters list.
Now, within the confirmation period, a person is to apply to have his or her registration as an elector confirmed. I've said it before, Section 49. You have to do something. You have to show up. You come with your ID, you come with your passport, you come with your driver's license. You come and you identify and say, this is me, so that you can remain on the list. And very important to bear in mind, it's not a thing you can just lay back. It is a right you have today because you're on the list. But the law is very clear. If you do not confirm, if you do not do what I said, which is to show up with your ID and ensure that your name remains, your name will be deleted, crossed out, removed from the register of electors.
Former magistrate Anthony Laronde. The Dominica Police Force has revamped its beat unit across the city of Roseau. Acting Chief of Police Lincoln Corbett says the unit consists of new recruits and emphasized that these officers have important responsibilities to fulfill. He therefore asked the public to support them while calling on Dominicans to obey the island's traffic laws.
As you know, on May 21st, of this year, 59 officers graduated and joined the ranks of the force. They have been assigned to various sections and stations, and mostly to the Roseau station. The bit unit have been revamped, have been brought back, and for those of us who live in the Roseau area and frequent the area, will see a greater presence of officers in the city of Roseau. And from all reports, these officers are very diligent, disciplined, and dedicated, and they continue to perform well. Some say they're troublesome, but again, if you not infringe upon the law, they won't trouble you. And my urge here is that you obey the traffic laws and follow the traffic law. We know Roseau is tight for parking. Do not park on the sidewalk. Do not park on the skip place. Find somewhere else to park. Carpool if you have to carpool. But the officers have a job to do, and they've been instructed to do just that. Not only to give tickets, however, there may become the need to issue a ticket or two.
Acting Chief of Police Lincoln Corbett. Let's move to news from the region where a number of activities and researchers, or activists, and researchers in the reparation movements from across the Caribbean region have hailed 2 successful days of constructive engagements with EU and UK politician representatives on the issue of reparations. In a statement, the Repair campaign said delegates visited from countries across the Caribbean, including Barbados, Jamaica, Haiti, Suriname, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia. On July 1, they met with MPs and representatives from across the EU and the European Parliament in Brussels, receiving support from representatives of Portugal, Italy, Spain, Denmark, France, and Ireland. Their briefing event at the European Parliament was hosted by Irish MP Sean Kelly. The group then travelled to London to meet with UK politicians in the House of Parliament, including Diane Abbott MP, Don Butler, Paulette Hamilton, Juliet Campbell, Baroness Margaret Curran, and Lord Marvin Rees. On the international scene, at least 24 people have died in a flash flooding that has swept through Kerr County in Texas. The floods have devastated a Christian girls' summer camp located on the banks of the Guadalupe River. As many as 20 children are still missing. In less than 24 hours, the Guadalupe River rose 26 feet or 8 meters in the flooding that followed, which swept away mobile homes, vehicles, holiday cabins where people were spending the 4th of July weekend. Well, there was little warning of that. Officials say weather forecasts gave no indication that severe storms were moving into the area. The missing girls were with about 750 other children when the summer camp was engulfed by the fast-moving waters. We've come to the end of the DBS Major Morning News. The best in sports comes up next. Stay tuned.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank. NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way. So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to pay your bills with Mobanking. The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier pay employees on Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank. Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into Mobanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details. The faster, easier way to bank. NBD. Your partner, your bank.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
And welcome to the DBS Major Morning Sports Report. Let's bounce off with some basketball news this morning. Well, the Pebush Eagles took down the Dr. Daru Pishley Sports Club Falcons as matches continued last night in the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association DABA's Premier Division at the Massac Indoor Facility. Killing Paul had a game high of 24 points, and the Eagles beat the Falcons 76-54. Shama Felicite added 18 for the Eagles, while Mishak Double got 18 and Zach Bastian 15 for the Falcons. Meantime, in the Division 1, the Convenience Plus Maho Gators picked up their first win of the season as they took down the defending champions D-Tread Blazers. Maho took the grudge match over the Massac-based team 60-49. Von Vidal got 22 and Delton Eugene 16 for the Maho Gators, while Elijah Popo and Dretswan Lee had 10 each. The win was the first of the season for the Maho Gators.
Well, that win was coming. We had it for Blazers. We decided this year we're not going to make Blazers beat us. And we finally get over that of beating Blazers.
All right, let's talk about the contributions from your team, because throughout the season you've been getting the contributions, you just haven't turned it into winning performances. What did you have to say about your team tonight?
Okay, I have to single out Delton. Delton played big in the center for us. Vaughn hit big freeze for us. Vaughn did what we asked him to do for this season. We asked him to shoot our ball, and he been doing that. And Sholon been controlling the ball for us. We have our two Castle Bruce players, that is Reina and Steve. They finally came and they show why we needed them.
Do you think this win could be the catalyst for great things to come for the Maho team?
Well, you know Maho already. We just need a taste, and when we get a taste of something, we like to be in it. So that's just the beginning.
Player coach of the Maho Gators, Peter Simon. Well, the basketball action continues tonight in the Premier Division with the defending champions D-Tread Blazers taking on the undefeated BAA Sharks. That game tips off at 9 p.m. While in the Division 1 League, Perky's Young Ballers will clash with the Kenfield Tigers. That game gets underway before at 7 p.m. Let's kick off to some football news. Well, a hat trick from national midfielder Kian Thomas proved to be the difference as Valvoline We United picked up all 3 points in a tricky encounter with the Petro-Caribe Point Michel as the Dominica Football Association DFA Premier League continued last night. Thomas's hat trick along with a goal from Randall Coppell helped Valvoline We United to a 4-3 tight win last night. Justin Casimir, Dante Warrington and Perry Charles converted for Point Michel, while the win moves We United to 21 points on the season, 6 points behind the league leaders Dublin. While action continues tonight with the only game being played, the Belfast Estate Maho Soca Strikers taking on the Middleham United as they look to stay within striking distance of the league leaders. The Soca Strikers are 6 points off the pace with one game in hand. Well, that game gets underway from 7 p.m. Let's bat off to some cricket. Well, the West Indies will be in search of some early wickets this morning as they look to put Australia under pressure as day 3 of the second test gets underway in Grenada. That match is interestingly poised, with Australia ending day 2 on 12 for 2, just 45 runs in front. Well, early on day 2, the West Indies were bowled out for 253, replying to Australia's first inning totals of 286. Brandon King got a career best and John Campbell added 40. Shamar Joseph got 29 and Alzari Joseph 27. West Indies captain Roston Chase says the match is in the balance and the West Indies need to come out strong on day 3. He says Brandon King's innings should not go unnoticed.
I guess that was the thought behind the selectors in picking Brandon King. He's an aggressive batsman. He likes to play his strokes. When he gets whiff, he would score. When the ball's up, he would score. So yeah, we expect Brandon to be the type of player to try to put pressure back onto the bowlers, and he did that today. When the ball was in his areas, he capitalized, and anytime the bowlers were off, he made them pay. So, yeah, that's the kind of innings that we were looking for from Brandon. And I mean, I was hoping that he could get the 100, but fell short, but it was still a great innings. Yeah, it was a good 35 minutes. I mean, we got 2 wickets, but the initial plan was to get 3, but two was good for me. Yeah, well, over this game and the last game is a trend that you're always getting wickets with the new ball. Something's always happening with the new ball. So we were eager and ready to go out there. We know that the guys wouldn't want back. Obviously, in an evening session, a couple of overs to go is probably the most challenging time to bat as an opener. So, yeah, we just wanted to put the balls in the right area, and hopefully we can get some wickets, and we got 2. I think anything under 200 runs, I think we'll be able to get that.
West Indies captain Roston Chase, well, the scores: Australia 286 and 12 for 2. The West Indies 253. Australia leads by 45 runs. Well, only 2 matches on the cards today as the Kalinago Premier League continues at Sutuma Park in the Kalinago territory. GM Strikers will take on Isu Lukati Bombers at 10 a.m. this morning. The second match will be between the BA Grinders and Concord Super Kings. Let's move to some volleyball news right now. The men's senior national volleyball or beach volleyball team of Mervyn Mingo and Bill Frederick lost their opening match in the Nausicaa Under-21 beach volleyball tournament as they went down to Canada as action got underway Friday in the Dominican Republic. Well, the Dominican pair, who are reigning ECVA champions, went down in straight sets to Canada 21-14, 21-10. Dominica will play their next match against the Dominican Republic today. Dominica has been grouped with Canada and the Dominican Republic. The team must win their next match, the Dominican Republic against the Dominican Republic, that is, to stand a chance of qualifying for the World Championships in Mexico. Let's move over to some Olympic news. A number of Dominica's sporting organizations will be on display later this afternoon as they join the Dominica Olympic Committee with the celebrations of Olympic Day. The event, which will showcase the majority of sporting associations affiliated to the Dominica Olympic Committee or DOC, will be held at the Bath Estate Playing Field and gets underway from 2:30 p.m. There will also be the traditional Olympic Day run, where affiliates will complete a short run around the outskirts of Roseau. Meantime, the Dominica Olympic Committee has begun the process of elections for a new executive to govern the affairs of the committee for the next 4 years. Elections are carded for the 23rd of July, with the nomination period set to end on Tuesday, July 8th. Nominations for the various posts of the Olympic Committee will only be accepted at the electoral office. The former Chief Elections Officer Ian Anthony will be the presiding officer for the upcoming elections. The nominees for the various positions of DOC executive are expected to be unveiled during the association's annual general meeting next Thursday. The Dominica Olympic Committee has been headed for the past 2 terms by President Billy Doctorow. Stefan Pascal and the rest of the Windward Islands Under-19 team will be looking to make it 2 straight wins as the CWI Rising Stars Under-19 tournament continues in St. Kitts on Sunday. The Windwards won their opening match between the Leeward Islands by 5 runs. The Windwards will be looking to continue their winning ways when they face Jamaica. Jamaica themselves are coming off a defeat against the United States A team. In other matches set for Sunday, Guyana will take on the USA's A team. The USA's B team will play the Leeward Islands and Barbados will play Trinidad. Well, we've come to the end of this morning's major morning news. Thank you very much for joining us. We presented the news and sports this morning. Of course, a few programming highlights to look forward to throughout the day right here. 9 o'clock connecting the dots right here on DBS. 11 o'clock DG Fun Time. Of course, 1:15 the news. Right after the news, we have the Lotto and the presentation of the announcements. 2 o'clock, Youth Vibes. Excellency Ambassador Leroy Prince Wanix Charles comes through from 3 o'clock, and of course the good doctor comes through from 8. Great programming throughout the day right here on DBS. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of DBS Radio. Go to YouTube, look for DBS Radio and subscribe. Great television programming available to you on that page. If you've missed any of the programs that have been streamed on the DBS Radio social platforms of YouTube, check it out. Like, for example, if you missed the launch of the World Creole Music Festival, you can get it on instant replay, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay for anything. All you have to do is subscribe. That's it. Very simple. The next newscast will be at 1:15 this afternoon. I was your presenter this morning. My name is Joseph Fadul.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier
Pay employees on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into Mobanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
Let's bring you this morning's edition of the DBS Insert of the Package. This morning's edition of the Insert of the Package is brought to you compliments of the wonderful folks at A&A Low Price Center.
A&A Low Price Center in the village of Calabishi offers the best prices for the freshest products ever. One-stop convenient shopping at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi. For your foods, your everyday needs, snacks, liquor, dry goods, and more. Just about everything located in the flat of Calabishi, directly in the center of the village. Come to A&A Low Price Center on the highway in Calabishi. A&A Low Price Center is family owned and operated. It is fully computerized, VAT compliant, low toll, credit card and top-up capabilities. Stop at A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi today or call 445-7655. Drop us an email at analowprice@gmail.com. A&A Low Price Center in Calabishi open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Visit us today. Just walk in and be happy you did.
And this morning's insert of the package will come from the morning news, where an awards ceremony as part of activities for the 2025 International Year of Cooperatives will be held under the theme Celebrating Volunteerism. The awards is the first of its kind and will be held at the Intercontinental Resort and Spa.
This is creating a real atmosphere where you appreciate what volunteers have done, because cooperatives don't pay you to be on the board. We don't pay you to do, you'll be paid as an employee, but as volunteer on the various committees, you don't get paid. So these are people who have given themselves, who have sacrificed themselves. their time to transform lives. And it's only fair that we celebrate that. We have the Lifetime Awards, and we have persons that have served for one category 10 to 29 years, the other one 20 to 30